This year we're delivering 140 units. Our construction is underloaded. Right now we already understand that the office is about 1,000 square meters. When can we expect the announcement of any upcoming projects? There will be a couple more surprises and definitely new projects. There's no way around it. We don't have direct sales because everything is done through an agency.
It just takes time to bring the construction from zero to this point per month.
In 10 months it will be ready. If we finish everything on time, we'll raffle off $3,000 among your subscribers. You get a villa like this for $10,000. And as a bonus, an Alphard.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniil Demidov. You are on my channel dedicated to real estate. And recently, quite a lot of dubious players have appeared on the Bali real estate market. Or a scam of projects, call it whatever you want. As always, draw your own conclusions. But today the video will be dedicated to one of the most noisy, colorful, powerful and rapidly growing companies of recent years, LOYO BONDAR. We came to the guy's office and will drive around many locations today so that you can get the most detailed picture of what this developer is like. And is this a scam or a real giant in the Bali real estate market, which must be reckoned with now? We are located inside the office of LOYO BONDAR. The guys grew super fast, but we can see that all of this doesn't seem fake. In other words, it's not like they just hung up posters today and decorated everything here for their company. And of course, the founder, Philip, one of the 4 founders of LOYO BONDAR, I'm glad to welcome you. Today is going to be a very, sharp interview.
My employees aren't here. You understand that, right?
By the way, it's Saturday. You have to keep in mind, Saturday, 9 a.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. Not fooling anyone. There really is, well, apparently people are having a good time at some ceremony right now. So, Philippe, let's go through the most important spots, your completed projects, the production sites, the construction sites. Let's see, in general, how much we
have a plan for today. I think we've decided for the first time, something we haven't done before, to open up this kind of introduction. Today you'll see all our construction sites that are ongoing, with more than 1,000 people working on them. These are factories, these are our offices. We also counted, and now we already have 5 offices like the one you're in. 2-story ones just like this. We have warehouses, 2 warehouses. We have separate businesses. So basically we'll show everything, we'll look at everything. We'll check out, in principle, all the projects. So basically right now, if I'm not mistaken, we should visit about 12 locations today. That's why we wanted to take a look, wanted to find out. Well, let's do it. That's true?
Guys, you left us no choice, because there are a huge number of questions, a huge amount of doubt about this developer. I understand what this is related to, but today I'd like to give you the most objective picture possible so you can see just how solidly these guys are standing on their feet and how confident they feel here.
Let's go, let's ride.
Let's go.
The sales department of LOYO BONDAR has prepared the 3 most advantageous offers of this month. The best prices, updated promotions, and exclusive special offers are gathered in one presentation. Find out where to invest this month for maximum benefit for yourself or your clients. Scan the QR code on the screen and follow the link in the description. And in just 5 minutes, the top 3 offers will be in your hands. LOYO BONDAR, your best investment solutions.
So, just so you know, right now we're in the LOYO BONDAR car, and as you might know, it's not a rental. Can you imagine? So yes, in Bali, for developers, this really is a sign of solid footing that the guys are doing well. But today, this isn't exactly a complimentary interview. So here's the question. Aren't you growing too fast? I mean, there really are a lot of projects, a lot of complexes.
Listen, well, maybe everyone else is just growing too slowly.
Actually, as we were discussing with the guys just the other day, the main pool of developers hasn't even arrived here yet.
We're trying. Our goal is to grow to the point where, well, I don't want to say real competitors, but large competing companies show up here. Because for now, the market is still quite new. It's a growing market. And in terms of market volume, we're actually still very small. This year, we're delivering 140 units, but that's not a lot. So, yeah.
Next year, we're delivering, just to clarify, next year, we're delivering another 120, 130 units. That's it. We have no deliveries scheduled for 2026. In 2026, EXO Pandawa and Pandawa Hills will be delivered. That's it.
Milast architecture is small.
We have 120 units, 100 units delivered.
Got it? In 2027, mid-year, we're only delivering this first complex with 360 units. And in 2028, we're delivering another complex with 360 units. So basically, we still have 2 years to ramp up. I'll tell you even more. Right now, our volumes are actually decreasing, meaning that in terms of construction,
We're actually maintaining the volume. Right now, we also want to announce, everyone was talking about we'll go out now, let's go. Everyone was talking about construction. We're about to enter the market probably within 2 weeks with a price of $1,500 per square meter. We're ready to build for other developers. Our construction is underutilized, just so you understand. So in terms of construction,
We have more resources now.
we can easily and efficiently double our construction output, significantly increasing our productivity and overall capacity.
By the way, it's going to be an awesome complex. It looks smaller on the market, but in reality, it's huge. Yeah. Only in reality, it's going to be a star.
Listen, all the equipment is branded. Again, a construction company is hardly going to allow itself these kinds of things. And why would they need it? The Pandawa Hills project. You can see the renderings on your screen now. There are still some units available for purchase here. Most likely, though, it will already be a resale. When did construction start?
September or October of last year.
Right, September or October of last year.
We spent a really long time digging here. We hit rock, and right together with A3 we have on...
But you knew about this at the soil test stage, right? Yes.
The financial rainy season didn't allow us to start on time with the first one, and
Where is it here? 2 floors down. Here?
this is the surfacing. This is the minus first floor. 0 is over there.
They gave us 0 right here. Here.
This is the minus second floor. This is the minus first.
Listen, this is already really impressive. We said 0 later, so it will be like the Kempinski. You get it? It won't be anymore. Like here. Let's go, I'll show you. And the view.
Look, please. There's an ocean view. Good afternoon.
Probably the third quarter of 26.
The third quarter of 2026. Again, yes, it's like with the previous villas. In general, we can see if this forecast will match reality by summer. But that's quite optimistic.
By the way, you also mentioned that we could actually sell it as a whole entity, which is quite interesting.
Yes. That's also an option. There is
Such an option.
with the commercial part, with everything. Yes.
Yes, we're there for 11. Our investors have that option. Well, basically, we've agreed on buyouts of the profits for $11 million.
For $11 million, if they look at us now, we can buy this whole hotel. Look at the ocean view. Super tourist location.
Crete 6 quarters, 22 villas. And there is about 1,500 meters by summer.
Yeah.
First question is about safety. How safety this construction, this location?
Jadi dia tanya seberapa safety ini konstruksi di sini.
Yes, and workers, all from this have insurance or something like that.
Kerjanya ada asuransi gak atau semuanya, tolong dijelasin.
Oh ya, untuk keselamatannya pastinya kita sudah memberikan arahan dan juga briefing untuk para pekerja agar bekerja dengan aman. Pastinya sudah dilengkapi dengan APD yang memadai. Jadi ketika ada kecelakaan kerja, mereka sudah dipastikan dengan aman. Karena setiap pekerja kita pastikan sudah mendapatkan arahan seperti itu. Dan untuk asuransi, kita pastinya untuk para pekerja sudah dilengkapi dengan asuransi keselamatan seperti itu.
She said all the worker are provided with equipment, safety equipment, and they already have insurance too.
Yes.
Yeah,
good.
every worker here is already have the insurance here.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. And how many months ago this construction was began?
Berapa lama ini dia baru mulai?
Nggak paham.
Kira aja.
It's around 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Around 4 months.
Around.
It's so fast.
It's really fast.
It's really fast.
I think. But,
Yes.
Kalau aslinya sih nggak tahu ya berapa lama. Paling ya kurang lebih 4 bulan. It's around 5.
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
What do you think? Why it's so fast? Why it's so fast? Why? Because so many developers who don't build like that. It's not so fast. Some of them build very slow. Why it's so fast?
I think because our company have good infrastructure and they have many. We have all equipment. We have all everything. So
Even laundry.
Yeah.
You said laundry. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Kamu cantik.
Terima kasih.
It turned out really cool, actually. This is very valuable now. When the worker himself said because they have infrastructure, that's why they can afford to build so quickly. No questions.
Many people are currently facing problems because they're in difficult situations, or rather, there are issues and violations, of urban planning regulations, environmental standards, and also the situation with workers. Many don't have insurance or anything like that. So in this regard, again, everyone has everything they need.
So the main difference for us is this. Look, if you build a camp, your employees already get a job specification, right?
So they know if you're building, say, several villas with one team, all your employees do everything, right? But here, each department handles its own tasks. For example, we have separate technical engineers for safety, but only on projects. I can't imagine you'd have a project with 10 villas and hire a technical director, a safety engineer, just for that.
On the left side. Got it?
So thanks to this volume, it allows the Indonesians to increase their expertise, right?
I mean, if they do finishing work, then they do finishing work. You see what I mean?
Yes, yes.
If they consistently do this, then they will also do this, and they do it on absolutely all of the projects.
How much time does it typically take to bring a construction site from absolutely zero to this advanced stage of development?
For an average developer, I think it's about 3 months, a month. A month. Again, it's because you simply have large production capacities.
Based on what I said, it's true. Quickly.
To build at Pandawa Dream, which we're going to visit today. In fact, a lot has already been accomplished there in this period of time. I understand that you've already received the PBG there. Everything was already in place there. In this regard, it was very well prepared, which allowed you to start building quickly. But is it like this for all your projects? Those very villas that Philip was talking about?
Excuse me, we're setting them up. Listen.
Beautiful, really beautiful.
Just so you know, these are guest houses. This is a kind of guest house.
Right here will be
houses. Listen.
Bamboo? There's no bamboo at all. Custom order. Can we contact you? I think that
at this stage, we're ready to build for 3.5 per square meter. We're ready to do it. Like, just so you know, there's not much difference in the construction process.
It's the same thing. We can work with phased financing. I don't need to pay everything up front so that the person keeps all their physical issues. If there are any, listen.
And how long ago did they actually come to you to build this project? How old is this project? 3 months ago. And already so much is happening.
Well, it's just
very fast.
Very fast. But here there are no financial limitations. No limitations. That means the person said just speed it up. It could be even more.
There are no funding limitations.
Just calmly built. Well, just so you understand, it's eating up this budget. It eats up about 300,000 a month. 300,000 a month.
At this pace.
But Vadim set himself some kind of goal. Vadim set himself a goal of 10 months.
10 months, so it will be ready.
Get a villa like this for $10,000. And as a bonus, an Alphard.
What, for living in or something? No, people buy them to live in, right? For living.
These are guest houses. The guest house is 4 meters high. Here, each floor will be 8 meters. 2 floors and a rooftop. 3 floors facing the sunset and the ocean. There's also a really good exit here.
Listen, again, people come to you, even with this kind of budget, with this kind of request. No, people
initially just reached out to us. We get all sorts of people coming to us. But in this case, they actually came to the co-developers.
And so
asked, could you build it for us? It's like we're just starting to get into construction. So that's why. Let's go. This is our main builder.
Oh, Agus, Daniil.
Agus, tell me, can I ask you a question? The guys are saying, and well, it's just that you don't always hear this from us. As someone who manages all the construction, in principle, is it possible to increase the volume of construction to take on more projects? The guys don't believe that something like this can be built by Indonesian workers?
How long have I been working already, right? Then building, mixing in the house and during the summer. By our standards and by the standards I used before, it's all, of course, like night and day. Yes. And building, of course. Yes. Yes. So look at the rebar here. If we look at everyone, when they build multi-story buildings, they never use 16 millimeter rebar. 13 millimeter is already the maximum. But here we use 16 millimeter, sometimes even 21 millimeter. And this is also in the 20th category of rebar.
And even considering that, while carrying out the project, we end up using more materials than planned, our cost price still remains reasonable.
Look, August is building houses for himself right now.
Agus, go ahead and ask.
Well,
Much more.
Agus is already one of the industry leaders in construction. Can you imagine? He has 900 people under his supervision. That's impressive. He's probably the richest one here out of everyone. By the way, I noticed that Indonesians never show off their wealth. You would never guess it from him. 900 people.
What does a person who manages a construction site with 900 people look like?
Yeah, just a t-shirt and jeans. Handsome guy. Listen, yeah, he confirms that construction is progressing on all projects. He's building something simpler for himself than what you guys are doing.
Not in the sense that it's cheaper, but in the sense that it's bad. That's just to say that we've chosen a position somewhere in the middle. We're building something affordable, and that's exactly why we don't want to go into the premium segment, you know? Because everything gets rented out here, so you still have to choose based on price. And in terms of interiors, we also try to do things so that the quality is as high as possible, so that if something gets spilled on the sofa or on the finishes, we can quickly deal with it, that kind of thing. Agus laughs at us and says, you don't need to do it like that. Like with the fittings, you see, you and I, you're not really up to speed on this. Well, roughly speaking, Vadim, tell us again what he said about the fittings. He says, you don't need that kind of fittings, basically.
The thickness, right?
Yeah, what was designed is great, it's all correct, but it's designed for a 4-story building, so a helicopter could land on it. Not for a 2-story building.
You know, I'm curious about this. If the guys were really busy with their own construction projects, because honestly, that's already quite a lot for a single developer, let's put it that way, then it's unlikely they'd also take on these kinds of private individual orders, acting as contractors to build villas. And look at how quickly, and honestly, it really is quick. I don't want to make this video complimentary or try to justify the guys in any way, but damn, it really is fast. In just a month, 3 months ago you shook hands, and a month later the construction is underway. That's what we saw.
I went on vacation and already came back. Let's really do this. If we manage to successfully finish absolutely everything on time, we will certainly give away a substantial sum of $3,000 to your loyal and dedicated subscribers.
$3,000, folks. Like $3,000. No, that's good. Good. First of all, I really like this segment. Let's start doing this with developers. I hope that the next ones will definitely pick up this baton from Loy, and will also...
We want to see it. Even if we finish building, we'll still give the 3,000.
There you go. All right, let's get into this kind of adventure. Be sure to like the video. By the way, subscribe to the channel. There will be a lot of interesting content coming out here soon, and I hope this episode will also serve as a detailed guide for you on what LOYO BONDAR is all about on the island of Bali. And by the way, since we're talking about the island of Bali, I've heard that your plans for Southeast Asia as a whole are quite ambitious.
For various reasons, we've started construction projects at different times.
Yes.
Of course, not everything goes smoothly.
We're going to talk about how everything is going well. Naturally, there are always some issues. That's normal. We're a big developer, yes, and we're going to get everything set up here. I think next year there will be a project in Thailand. Why? Because people want Thailand. Although, again, Thailand sells several times better. In Thailand, the agent commission is much higher, yes, and prices are higher too. So, for example, the units we saw there, the villas in Thailand, we calculated them at around $400,000. So that's already more, yes. And the ROI there is about 6%, yes.
But people are buying.
So yes, it may not be obvious to us, but we do understand that people are willing to diversify their funds, say, into Thailand, even if it's not very obvious. So it's like we really believe in Southeast Asia. We're developing in Southeast Asia, and we'll gradually expand because Bali is great, but we see potential. If you look at the usual story with the neighboring islands, we actually see more prospects in neighboring countries because the neighbors, if you take Bali, well, I'll make a prediction. Over the next 10 years, the most active construction will be in the north, where the new airport is being built. In 10 years, that area will be like Bukit is now. In 7 years, everything will just be getting started there. And in 5 years, the big serious developers will start moving in.
Only now are they about to start laying the foundation for the airport.
Yeah, I heard that they're supposed to start really soon. We usually go in as the second wave. We definitely won't be in the first wave that goes after the absolute cream of the crop, because that's where the biggest risks are.
We'll be going in as the second wave, and we definitely want to...
We have plans for that part of the island, including that.
So our plan is this. We want to be one of the top developers in the north, because the airport there will be twice as big.
So it's kind of like all of this.
That's why we're building up our capacity now. And once we've built it up, we'll keep expanding and strengthening everything.
We are now at the location of the flagship project by LOYO Bondar's company called Pandawa Dream. Yes, there will be a large complex here. Apartments, villas, and townhouses. Everything will be here. There will also be extensive infrastructure. So this is really your thing, your signature project. And tell me, right now land works are underway, right? As far as I know, the work here is quite complex. And there's still more to be done.
It's sandy soil.
Yes, and you still have a couple more months ahead at least, right?
A couple more months because we still need to dig about 3 to 3.5 more meters.
Got it.
Because in addition to having 2 underground floors, 7 to 8 meters deep, there are also engineering utilities and septic tanks even lower. That's why we need to dig about 10 meters deep.
10 meters deep. And take note, we've driven past offices and some warehouses. Obviously, there aren't that many people there on a Saturday, and in general, it's a day off. But at all the sites we've already visited, you can rewind and check again if you want. There's construction going on everywhere, workers everywhere, life is bustling everywhere.
Machinery.
Just $1,000 and the unit is reserved for you. The reservation is refundable. There are no risks, but with each passing day, the selection gets smaller. Want the best view and a prime location? Act now. Link in the description.
Machinery. Yes. Again, as Philip mentioned, a lot of people here rent machinery. That's in the best case scenario, right? But no one buys their own. These guys, almost everything you see on site is actually theirs.
How long does it take a tractor like that to pay? A month? It pays in a year. So after a year...
A year? And that's considering it might sit idle for 2 or 3 months. If it doesn't, then 9 months. So for 9 months, you'll have free equipment.
Yes.
Already today, I truly believe the island residents can clearly see our excavators actively working at various other locations. We're already providing these essential services to them.
Yes. So you're already renting them out? Super.
Now we're getting requests from both developers and builders.
Listen, remind me, what was the starting price here?
From 78.
From 78,000? Just so you understand. The location has an ocean view and the beach is nearby. Well, Bukit is a tourist area, yes. This part right here. From 78,000, so that's why.
Also, please note that we are carefully leveling the entire ground floor, meticulously raising it so that each individual unit thoughtfully gets at least some kind of a beautiful, expansive ocean view. Our ground floor is, roughly speaking, already the second floor compared to our neighbors'
Got it.
apartments. If you look at the ground floor of the apartments, that's actually the roof. Accordingly, there will already be a view even from the first floor.
Yes.
Some kind of view.
Some kind of view.
We're not selling it. We have a 4th floor here with view apartments. And right now we're offering 40 years.
Because our land
is freehold.
we can afford it.
We also have the option to buy 50 or even 80 years. There we calculated that 40 years costs 110,000 and 80 years costs 125,000. Well, it's just that it might not sound as popular.
Super. Let's move on to the next project. All right.
This is the second office.
Yes, here we have the construction department.
Okay, let's mention that this one looks a bit more modest. Okay, let's say that. The previous one, yes, had more frills, more of that kind of story. Here, it's a super work-focused atmosphere. But I think it's convenient, considering that the team is quite large now.
So what's the story? We realized that we need to create one big office. Basically, we want to build something like an Igzokangu. We already need an office now, we understand, of about 1,000 square meters.
Yeah, right.
But we need to approach this carefully because it's still about $2 million. But it has to be done. And that's why, as we open offices now, we don't see the point in making them super fancy. Because both Indonesians and expats work here, and there are builders working too. The builders don't need that. Since we have a lot of projects, we're setting up offices. Most developers have the same thing that you see. It's all at construction sites.
Yes.
Well, that is either some things are installed, that is, they don't have any construction offices at all. Lawyers and accountants sit here. That is, this is all so that you understand. This is a department that is essentially only engaged in processing clients. This is customer service. We're about to open an office in Canggu, and I think everyone can come visit us in Canggu.
Yeah. People see signs of a pyramid scheme. You know what I mean?
What is it?
That there are really a significant number of projects today that have been officially announced, which are still at the absolute zero stage of construction, and yet even more new projects are continually being announced. And that really makes some people uneasy.
Well, today we will be showcasing all of our investment projects, all of our current projects, and indeed everything we have up and running as of today. I think we'll dispel all these myths.
When did your story in Bali begin? You said it was a few years ago. When exactly? When did it start? Again, there's just a lot of different information out there. Some people say it was in 2022, others say 2019, but I'd really like to know exactly when it happened.
So in 2019, Vadim and Vasily were working on a project in Bali with a private investor, which many people might know about. And again, whether it's convenient to talk about it or not, the guys still have a share in that project. So this is a private project, not de jure related to LOYO BONDAR. De jure, this project is not LOYO BONDAR's. But in fact, the entire team that built it, yes, they were the ones working on this project. Then, while this project was still being completed, a number of other projects were launched in parallel. Plus, at that point, we and 2 other investors joined in. For the other projects, we joined forces and started working on the first 4 projects. Here. And our active history began in the 23rd year. That is, it is already so large scale. That is, in essence, already under your name, under our name. The only project that will be completed is Pandawa Dream Villas.
Yes.
Respectively. Well, here's an indicator for you. Check out other developers. We don't mind. We believe, I'm sure everything will be finished, everything will be delivered. We're always very positive, right? We want the market to grow because the more that gets completed, the more will be bought later. But Melasti Arcade will be the first shopping center that is being designed together with Indonesian architects in collaboration with this architectural bureau and the chief architects of the island. Why? Because on the road where Melasti Arcade is located, if you can show a picture, please do, the president will be traveling. He passes by it twice a year, and we are required to have a very beautiful Melasti Arcade building because it will be, well, the face of the area. We can't just make a standard expat-style complex like the ones that already exist. Banned from doing this, we now watch it in this format.
This is office management company.
Our beautiful windows, by the way, are quite remarkable. These are windows produced at our facility.
Yes.
That is, with these windows, you can, in principle, put an apart hotel on the road. Just imagine if you were living here now. Well, would you live normally?
Yes.
This is the road. Do you know many apart hotels that you can just put right on the road like this?
Listen.
If we put our windows on the shortcut in Congo, you could live there. You'd be comfortable.
Overall, it should be added that, well, this is the only developer on the island who actually has their own production facilities, including window manufacturing. As far as I know, before you, there weren't even double-glazed windows here.
Take a look. These are all our factories, windows, construction sites.
Wow. Everything is here.
Everything is here, yes. Well, this is...
And all the projects are yours.
Completely, all the projects. So these are specific guys. So there are people watching online at night, and there are those who watch offline during the day. We have a separate data center, which we need it again. This way, we prevent theft and other incidents at the construction sites. That's the cost price? Well, I don't know.
And do you have this on your website? Are the broadcasts running?
No.
Nothing?
That's the SB, the security service.
Okay. Some people might say that this represents super transparency on the part of the developer.
If we had problems with sales or something else, then we would be doing all that.
Well, yeah.
Our website, for example, hasn't been updated. Well, that's bad, but it was updated just recently. But for example, we don't have direct sales because everything is done through an agency. That's a problem. As a marketer, I can say this about any brand that's developing well, because our marketing is lagging simply because we ourselves don't understand why we need a lot of marketing. So when we started out, we did a lot of marketing. Now we're kind of calming down in the sense that, well, people really do know us already, and we've gotten on track, we're moving forward, and overall, and the reason we're so open about everything is because right now we're not exactly an obscure developer for buyers. I can say that right now we're one of the most reliable developers to buy from, because I'm not sure everyone else has this level of expertise in everything, from land acquisition to final construction and property management. So it's like some people say that we're unreliable, but just yesterday or the day before, clients came to visit. Clients who had checked out everyone on the market. In the past, we used to try to sell by persuading someone, convincing them to buy. But now the client says, we've checked out everyone and you are the most reasonable. And they buy from us.
Control. There is oversight. That's true.
I do not think that many software developers typically show their clients around in the manner that we do because we...
That's true. That's true.
Well, I mean, it's not just about showing them around. We try to create a strong impression for the person as soon as they arrive.
I'm just sharing my own case so that everything is as detailed and concrete as possible. I constantly have clients coming in, and if I offer them, or rather, suggest projects from LOYO BONDAR, the team is always happy to accommodate me. It's true, this isn't an advertisement. You can choose any other developer, but will they give potential clients, who aren't even guaranteed to make a deal, the opportunity to stay in their finished units? That's actually a pretty uncommon practice, as far as I know.
Yes. By the way, for some reason, everyone seems to have forgotten about this. Remember December? What was everyone telling us then? Well, finish building first, then we'll talk, right? We finished building and everyone likes it. And yet, well, no one called to say, we were wrong. Everyone's just like, well, now finish building Milasti. So basically, it's a never-ending story. So you see, there are completed units, and now all of you, the whole market, it's just normal now, right?
Everyone climbed up.
But remember, November, December, what were you all saying? You'll never finish it, right?
Yeah, something.
Finished building? Okay, let's do this. Let's check it off now. Finished?
We finished.
Do you like it?
Yes.
We delivered, we manage it, and we're getting 10 to 15% annual returns.
Yeah.
Did it personally exceed your expectations? Let's be honest.
Yes, for the price people paid. Absolutely, 100%.
So come and see for yourselves. I mean, really, it's not about coming to us.
You'll see for yourselves. We won't say anything right now. You'll see everything. All right, so when can we expect announcements for any upcoming projects? Again, I'll voice it. People are afraid, there are signs that look like a pyramid scheme. And if in the next 6 months or a year, another big project comes out from LOYO, then that's it. It's definitely a scam, definitely a fraud.
Listen, again, I'll repeat myself. The whole market is selling us right now. Agencies are joining us. I mean, I wouldn't keep 16 people in the sales department, right? So now there are 16 people. It used to be 12. So agencies are joining and our sales are going. I mean, sure, maybe someone is asking some questions. We answer those questions.
Yes.
So those who aren't selling us are probably just missing out on some profit. But that's their own motivation. Maybe you always need to ask questions here as well. And if there are any investors listening to me, always ask questions. Why does the agent not offer you, not just us, but say, there are 3 or 4 other developers besides us?
Yes.
I know many agencies that don't offer any of these 4 developers.
Yes.
So, ask the question, why is this happening and why? Well, how is it that the developers' top managers don't offer? But they do offer some new projects, right?
Yes.
Well, I'll let you in on a secret. These are, I think, agents. Hello. You all also know that now there are many projects on the market that offer 10 to 12% commission.
There are some. There are such people. It's true.
Accordingly, that's why my advice is to always contact 2 or 3 agencies and always look at the top tier so that you have offers from the top 3 or top 5 just to have them. You might not like it. We're not forcing anyone to buy. On the contrary, we're actually promoting the guys from Brega, from HQC and Alex's team. They're doing a great job. Well, guys, hello to everyone. These are good guys, really. At the very least, it's reliable to buy from them. As for newcomers, yes, you can consider them. We were newcomers once too. But just pay attention. Actually, right now, well, there will be a couple more surprises. There will definitely be new projects within the next 6 months, that's for sure, because we don't focus on the market and you can already see our production capabilities.
Vadim, Philip, you both mentioned financial planning, specifically the budget, right? And that you possess a super cold, very precise calculation, just so people can fully understand where exactly did you even get that from originally? It's experience. Just for practice only?
Well, look, here's how it works. Indonesians do provide a budget estimate, but here, unlike in our countries, Russia, Ukraine, there's no autonomous computing complex called AVK, where you upload all the project documentation and it gives you the entire estimate. It only takes 2 clicks. Here, that's not really available in a proper form, so all the estimates are custom made, but we check them. We check them for volume. We have a separate architectural bureau, our own team, who check all these estimates for volume. So we know exactly how much rebar is needed, how much concrete, what type of concrete, where grade 250 is required, where grade 300 is needed, what kind of rebar and what cross section. In other words, we strictly follow the project. We clearly understand from the very beginning how much of everything we need, and all of this is calculated. We understand the cost price, yes, which the Indonesian guys provided us with, taking into account. So how do they calculate it? They calculate it based on the fact that this work is being done by a contractor. For the completed projects, we have already verified this. In other words, for the completed projects, according to the estimates provided by the Indonesian guys, the Indonesian estimators, we managed to do it 30 to 35% cheaper. So what does this confirm? That these 30 to 35% should have been the general contractor's profit. Since we ourselves are the general contractor.
That's Indonesian general contractor.
Yes, Indonesian. Since we do this work ourselves as the general contractor, our cost price has decreased accordingly. This is about why we build so cheaply. All these processes are controlled because we have experience, we have a background in construction, we know how to do it.
Well, this is basically the main scam, the project.
I think this is going to be the tallest building in Canggu now.
No way. When did you even manage to do all this?
Listen, it's a real warehouse, a proper warehouse.
Come closer, take a look. She's Indonesian, a real Indonesian.
Rooftop, infinity pool. It actually feels cozier in person, doesn't it?
More interesting too. We'll try to ask some random residents for their opinion.
It's like, with our construction, all the warehouses are still empty. You know, like...
Could you please tell us in detail about all the various pieces of equipment that are currently going on here in this particular setup?